Good morning. I want to thank all of you for coming today. Crazy thing, we have this announcement today that people seem to care about in the state of Alaska. The governor will be making some remarks, but before he does, I wanted to take an opportunity to thank the staff of the Department of Revenue and the Permanent Fund Dividend Division in particular for all the very hard work they've done this year to process applications and to get payments made. They're in new space this year. The offices are now across the street in the Lenny Patillo parking garage on the street level, and it's been an exciting year for all of them. I also want to take an opportunity to thank the staff and the trustees of the Permanent Fund Corporation. They've done a bang-up job over the last 5 years in terms of recovering from the Great Recession and the lows of 2009, where the fund was just over $21 billion. Today I can report that that fund is well over $51 billion in just 5 years. So it's a fantastic job that everybody in the state has done to continue to build on the legacy for Alaskans. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the governor because I think you're going to care more about what he says than what I say.
Thank you, Commissioner. And this truly is a day that Alaskans enjoy. And if we think about it, the Commissioner's mentioned some great people who made this happen, like those at the Department of Revenue, the Permanent Fund Corporation. I also don't want to forget the Department of Natural Resources, the royalty owners, representing the state's interest and the people's interest in those royalties that actually feed the permanent fund. So it takes a lot of people to make this happen. And you also mentioned $51 billion, roughly, that the permanent fund is valued at. This year, we set a couple new records. But let me speak to I want to say thank you to the thousands too who have given in the Pick, Click, and Give program. This year, 26,850 applicants pledged 44,693 contributions. That's a new record. Over $2.8 million was pledged. More than 500 nonprofits will benefit. That's good news. That's Alaskans sharing their heart through their philanthropy and their giving with other Alaskans. That's great news. A few other facts about this year's dividend. This is the 33rd dividend since the first $1,000 check of 1982. For those who have received one since the beginning, our cumulative total is $37,027.41. Including the resource rebate and the 2008 dividend, the total distributed to Alaskans since 1982 will be just this side of $22 billion. Did you hear that? It's good news. 674,538 Alaskans applied for the 2014 dividend. 674,538 applied. The Department of Revenue estimates that 641,489 will qualify. The oldest applicant, many of us have some ways to go. The oldest applicant, 109 years old. The youngest include 26 children who were born on December 31st, 2013, just before the deadline. The 2014 dividend will be distributed to Alaskans beginning October 2nd. That's when the checks will be directly deposited or mailed to those who chose that option. So with that, I'll speak for another half hour before announcing the amount. Commissioner Rodell, the envelope, please. And it's kind of unusual. This year there are 3 seals on the back. I'm not sure why, but let's get to this. The commissioner wanted to know if beforehand I wanted to know what the amount was, and I said no, just like Sandy and I chose to be surprised by the gender of our babies, our 2 daughters. This is the first time I'm going to see this amount with Alaskans. So Alaskans' 2014 dividend amount is $1,884.